Welcome back with my friend.
Stay fun.
And today we're actually gonna watch something of Los Leblanc again. I think it's our third time, but this time it's about Siargao. It's the one we actually wanted to see after the wake up in the Philippines and a little bit more info, and I think this is perfect to do so. So let's just jump straight into it, I guess. Let's go.
Let's go!
And this is how you travel?
The next Bali.
Oh, nice transition straight to bed.
Yeah, I already know of him that he's a real good
Yeah, he knows how to edit.
And a big thank you to Norton 360 for sponsoring
Nice.
a portion of this video.
Alright.
So
Smooth
I've been to Siargao
process.
3 times now. I keep coming back because it is my favorite island in one of my favorite travel
been there.
destinations, the Philippines. And with that, it's got so many signs
His
of what's going to
favorite?
become a
Okay.
major travel
Favorite
destination
destination
in
Philippines.
Asia. Siargao is one of those places that's got the early
Very nice
signs of
shots.
like a Canggu or Bali before it was
wow.
developed. There's a lot of
Canggu?
excitement and energy here. So today I've put together the best of Siargao, and odds are pretty good after watching this video you're gonna end up coming here for yourself. So what I've done is I've kind of broken it down into a rough 5-day itinerary,
Yep.
and I threw in a few key pieces of information that I think will be really beneficial
Okay, nice.
for your upcoming trip.
So,
it's inevitable.
proper
So
setup.
for day
Yeah.
one, why don't we start off at the
Alright.
Maasin Bridge.
Maasin Bridge.
It used to be like an Instagram little hidden gem. The word's gotten
Not
out.
anymore.
Famous.
But it's still pretty quiet relative to everything. It's not so bad, but it's such a cool spot. You have a rope swing
I can
here.
tell
You've got
why.
this little raft where you can
Yeah.
get some photos, but you gotta pay to do any of these things. It's like between 20 and 50 pesos,
Understand
and
why.
you can pay like a few hundred pesos to take a boat around the river. So one of the best things about Siargao is actually the island itself. It's so beautiful.
Oh,
There's
wow.
countless palm trees, endless places that are yet to be discovered. It's one of those places you can just rent a scooter. Hey, what's up? and get lost.
Cool.
That is insane. We just saw a lizard cross the water
you
like
recognize it?
Jesus. It was like running on water. I've never seen any animal do that.
I'm so sad we weren't filming.
I know.
It was amazing.
A massive thank you to Norton 360 for sponsoring this portion of this video. Today, I hate to break it to you, cyber threats are continually evolving.
If this takes too long,
and
I'll just
antivirus
put
is
a
just simply not
fast
enough to
forward
keep
in
your
here.
data safe, to keep everything on your computer
It
to
is nicely
yourself.
done though.
The same way Kathy was snooping on my data,
Oh,
that could be
what's
happening
that?
to you right now. So to understand what Norton 360 can do for you, I've made some beautiful visual cues. So follow with me.
Beautiful visual cues.
Ow,
Yeah, he does
I have
make
a
it fun.
thorn in my head.
It does make it
First
funny.
of all, Norton 360 helps secure your devices. Fantastic, that's why I drew a lock. Secondly, it gives you a VPN for online privacy, and you also get dark web monitoring powered by LifeLock. As a traveler, we're continuously exposed to having our data taken, and that is where Norton 360 comes into all of this. Now, by using all of the multiple layers of protection on Norton 360, essentially your
Perfect.
life is going to look more like this, which is really
Even
cool.
better.
Because this guy's having a good time. Use the promo code LOSLEBLANC or check the link down below to save up to 60%. That's a great deal. Checkmate.
Okay.
But it's important to establish nobody can stop all
Chess
cyber
master.
threats. And that right there is the end of the sponsored portion. So let's get back into showing you how to travel Siargao.
All right,
Yes.
let's go.
About 45 minutes later, we have arrived here
Some
at
nice shots
Pacifico. And damn, if you were a surfer, this would be the day.
Some nice drone shots.
Interesting.
This is the nicest picnic I think I've ever had.
Surfers picnic.
Right now we are here on Pacifico Beach, which is kind of like the northeast side of Siargao. It's another really beautiful surfing haven, a great place for beginners to come. And
Surfing
most
haven?
of all,
I
it's a
don't see
beautiful
any
beach that
surfers.
nobody else is on. As far
Maybe
as you can
early,
see,
so they get the
white
shots.
sand, blue water, little cute doggies. And the best thing about it right
Little
now is
cute
that
doggies.
Nipalad has set us up this insane picnic. Not everyone's gonna have this experience, but you can have your own picnic. Pack your own stuff, go to a local little shopping center, and bring some supplies to the beach. This is a worthy day trip right here. So we're now headed back to the resort,
how you
but there's
do it.
actually one amazing spot that's currently closed today, but should be open by the time you come in about a month's time. And that is the Magopunko rock pools. You have to make sure you get the right tide because it'll look completely different during different times.
Oh, yeah, I
but this is
understand.
where I was able to visit last time I came, and it's
Oh, wow.
really
Yeah.
beautiful. It gets pretty busy, so
Don't
as
say
usual,
anything
get
about
there
getting
early.
drunk.
Back to the vehicle we go.
No. Let's Getting repetitive. Broke a record. Nice pala.
Oh, fancy.
Welcome back to Barefoot Living.
Oh wow. Typical dreamer sword. Probably
So
quite
as
a
for
big price
accommodations,
tag
you have
for
several
that.
choices. You can go as cheap as 10 to 15 US a night in
Oh,
a
that's
style
cheap.
Not here.
hostel. You can have a
Surf-style
guest
hostel.
house, you know, between
Not
25
here.
to 40, depending on your location and the style. And as far as the upward boundary, well, I don't know if there really is one. You can kind of spend a
Yeah,
lot
they
of
didn't
money
say
here,
this one.
especially if you get into the ultra luxury properties
Yeah.
like Naipalad. But you get
Oh,
what you
wow.
pay for, and if this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, maybe a honeymoon,
Yeah,
I think it's worth it.
understand.
Yeah.
So without a doubt,
dude.
the best thing to do in Siargao
Like we
is to
did
get
in
out on
Looks
the
like there are
island.
so many hidden
This right
gems
here
there,
is our
huh?
ride for today.
Or not hidden
All
anymore,
aboard.
like I said before.
We're gonna go island hopping.
After this, nothing is.
After this episode, nothing is hidden anymore.
So without a doubt, the best thing to do in Siargao for a day trip is to go around these beautiful islands. And we have
Understand,
just
yeah,
arrived
yeah,
here
yeah.
at Naked
With
Island.
other people as well.
Favorite island.
So
Naked
Naipalad
Island.
has set us up with a boat, but it doesn't have to be so expensive.
Why
You
is
can
it called
actually get
naked?
yourself a
Because it's
banca,
just
one of the local
sand?
boats here, split it with a group of people, could even be
Just there's
strangers,
nothing on it.
and you can end up doing it
Yeah.
for a reasonable price. And the cost will be about this much for a group.
This much.
Max, you know why they call it Naked Island, right?
Why?
No,
I just realized I put my swimsuit.
don't do that.
YouTube, you can't.
Please have something.
Where
on.
am I? Oh, it's been a week.
Oh yes, shorts on.
It's time to find food.
Swim shorts.
But I have no energy left. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Oh, thank goodness, food. Cheese and crackers, my favorite.
Yeah, it
But
was
there's no
cheesy.
wine. The wine.
That's funny.
It was cheesy. Yeah.
So here we are, just sitting on the beach when absolute comedy gold just lands right in my
Comedy
lap
gold.
with perfect delivery and execution. I had
Mango
everyone
looks
just
nice.
breaking down in laughter a second ago.
Cutting
it's
it
probably
like
not gonna be
that's
as funny
also
as the
nice.
first time, but it's still it's gonna be a classic. All right, so
Easy to
what do you
eat.
say when your man steals your fruit? It's time to let that man go.
I thought you were the
If
one
you're
making those
wondering
stupid jokes.
how he's not single right now, just pure luck.
Max gave a good
Pure
chuckle.
luck.
I laugh. We're right now on Dachau Island, which is like the bigger of the islands near General Luna. This is normally the place people come
Okay,
for
I had
like
an
a lunch
inner
stop,
giggle
but
about
for
the
us we're
mango
doing a
joke.
sunset and wine and cheese stop. No complaints. I like this. We've got the entire island to ourselves.
Ah,
I'd
that's
highly
nice.
recommend hiring your own banca, like those private little local boats, because if you come here later in the evening, yeah, there's nobody else around.
We did
One
when
more
we did
island
the
just a little
island
further
hopping in,
down. We're not going to go there
Mm.
today. Is Guyam Island. It's absolutely beautiful. It's for me the most like photogenic island I think I've ever seen. Knock it off. Philip,
There
we
is.
talked about this.
Wow,
Stay back.
4. Also all different.
That sunset was literally the most unexpected one I think I've ever had.
Everything turned pink. It was so
It's
beautiful.
perfect.
Out of nowhere. It was like gray to just on fire.
In fact, Christian said let's leave because it looks like it's gonna
Yeah,
rain.
interesting
But
color.
then
Yeah, it does.
boom, everything was so beautiful.
Very nice.
Thank you, Siargao. I love you. Siargao is unbelievable, but if we're willing to go a little further off the coastline and pay a little bit of money to do so, you must check out Sohoton. Sohoton is this
Sohoton?
epic set of
Oh.
islands where at least a year ago, very few people were going. From my memory, it's about 3 to 4 hours by a little banca. It's about 3,000 to 4,000
3 to 4
pesos
hours.
depending on the island package that you
That's a
choose.
bit.
That's not that cheap, but if you get a bigger group, you can of course split that cost. There's also going to be some admission
special
expenses
occasions.
for some of the parks, but if you have a look here at some of the incredible shots I was able to get, you'll see for yourself why
Yeah.
it might just be worth it for you to spend that money. We ended up staying at this hotel
I'm
right
gonna say
here,
it.
and granted, the view is absolutely spectacular. It was actually a rather simple
Dude, that looks
accommodation.
cool.
Given
Yeah,
how
I
basic it
think it's
was on the
perfect
inside, I would
when,
say the price was pretty darn expensive.
Significant other.
But
Yeah.
you also get to wake up to that view right there, and for me, that made it all
Look at the
worth it.
water.
Yeah.
Welcome to General
hang out
Laguna.
with other
This is
tourists
the
because
most built up
everybody's
side of Siargao. It's where you've got your hostels, coffee shops, surf camps,
Yeah.
hotels, and just about anything
Now I
else you're looking
kinda
for.
understand
General
why he's,
Luna is without a
They're so
doubt a
two
big
parts.
Bali.
saying
It
it's
looks
like
like Canggu
Bali.
before Canggu
Yeah.
popped off.
Oh, here.
It looks like
Canggu before
Tulum
Canggu
before
popped
Tulum
off.
became snobby. This is such a cool and inviting place. And right now you'll see construction throughout General Luna,
Oh, yeah.
and things will not look the same in a month
Yes.
or
This
in a
from a
year
while
from now.
back, so it
This
probably
is quickly
already
becoming
is.
one of the most
Already
go-to
done.
places in all of the
I really hope
Philippines
it
for
doesn't turn
travelers,
out like Bali.
especially those who like to surf.
Because
And for better or
it's
for
such a
worse,
beautiful
you're actually
island.
starting to get franchises on the
shame.
island, things that kind of look a lot like a
Tom
Starbucks.
and Tom's.
Now, before Siargao was a up-and-coming destination, it was a surf spot.
Yeah,
it
that's
was a
what we
total
heard as
secret
well
among
before.
surfers,
Okay,
an
now I
incredible
can
break
tell
where
it's
people
a
could
surf
just
spot.
catch some
Yeah.
absolutely gnarly waves. As you can tell, I'm not a surfer. Today it has the foundation of surf culture mixed in with, you know, yoga retreats. It's
Wow.
got the incredible beachside access that anybody can enjoy even if they're not surfing. So it's become so much more than just a surf spot. And once again, it's hard
Yeah,
not
I
to draw
understand.
parallels with the early stages of Bali.
But you have both then, right? So you can do the whole.
Sorry, I didn't see you there. Since you're here anyways, let's talk about the nightlife. Siargao is quickly becoming a nightlife capital of the Philippines. I've been told, not from my
More
experience,
into the
but I've been
video,
told
I understand
just
why
about
he's
every night of
comparing
the
it to
week
Bali.
there is something going on, whether it be Bravo Beach Club or whether it be going to the rum bar for a late night
Nice.
drink. There's basically something going on every night.
This
Our
place
first
is-
stop here is a restaurant in General Luna that I wanted to show you guys because I've only heard good things about it, and that is Miguel.
Before we go into that, quick break before before it ends.
Uh-huh.
No, I now can understand why you said it as well. I've never been to Bali, but I understand, of course, like the busy
Yeah, I've been
areas and
there
stuff.
like 5 times.
Yeah.
And I've seen, so also several years in between the times I visited, and you could see everything changing because of tourism. And that's what I hope will not happen in Siargao, because at the beginning it's cool, but then it gets crowded, a lot of Australian tourists, and then yeah, how do I say this politely, not the good kind of tourists, if you know what I mean. Like they're just drinking a lot, abusive a lot, and they are not polite to the locals, and they pollute, and it just, like the beaches, sandy white beaches, it's just filled with tourists. I mean, for the economy it might be good, but for the island itself it's not good.
I think also don't forget that like Bali is like straight across for them. So
Yeah,
really easy
it's
to,
like a party
yeah.
island for Australian young people. So
And I think
I
Siargao is a
understand.
bit, if you, what he said, what I wanted to say is like you have a two-party, because I already recognized the guy said like it takes 3 to 4 hours just
Yeah.
by boat to get there. So
Yeah.
the drunk tourist will never
Oh,
leave
it's,
this town.
and it's not in their budget, because
Yeah, so
$100
then you just
for
have
just
your own stuff and you can like chill. And so that's what I like to see is
Yeah.
there's already a two-parter. The first beginning already said like something solo and stuff you
Yeah.
can do, and then
And I hope they do a tourist cap like other islands, because that would actually make it
now you
perfect.
know with the president
Then
and
the
those-
local people can make enough money, and still the island and the beautiful sceneries will be preserved.
Yeah.
So I hope they will get a tourist cap.
Just wanted to say that before we go on to
Yeah.
probably what all the town was all about.
Yeah. So far so good.
Yeah, yeah, facts.
130
100%.
pesos for 2 tacos. It's
Two?
pretty
Oh.
good. I'm into it. Next stop on the list is we're doing a little bit of a crepe stop. We're gonna get a savory
so he's
and a
going
sweet crepe, all for the tune of 200 pesos per crepe. They have sun-dried tomatoes in it, which I really love.
Oh.
So I give it an 8. So as we're taste testing our way through
Alright.
Siargao, today is Max's 20th birthday,
So they
I
know it's
never
tourist.
had one. I never had one. so
and he's on to his second Nutella and peanut butter crepe
Of
today.
course.
It's a good day. 20
Healthy.
crepes for your 20th
Healthy
birthday.
food.
That's their special. That's what they say.
Okay. Yeah, shoes off.
There was no food
I
left.
like it.
We're at Cook's Cafe, and apparently you have to come early, otherwise everything sells out.
Oh, right,
That's
right,
a good
right,
thing.
right.
It's because everything's made
I
fresh.
like it.
It's also one of the spots where you can actually bring your laptop, plug in, and do a bit of work
Ah,
here.
dude.
So it's kind of like a unofficial co-work space with good food and healthy drinks. Thank you. If you just leave the main road, you're brought onto some beach access resorts,
Awesome.
hotels, and restaurants. And right now we're here at Bravo, and we're gonna try out the
Hey.
Bravo restaurant. We've heard good
Hey.
things, and we've eaten way too much, so we're not gonna get food. But the
Yeah.
cheesecake sounded awesome, so
Oh man.
confirmed.
Yes,
Looks
they're
good.
just looking
Trying
cheesecake.
something random on the menu and finding one of my favorite cheesecakes. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. a
One
little
of your-
coconut cover.
You wanna write it
There's
down?
basically
It
four
was
ways
coconut.
around
Yeah,
Siargao,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's a pretty big island, so you're not going to be doing a lot of walking. Rent a scooter, that's my number one way if
should,
you're comfortable
we
to do it. To rent a scooter is going to cost around 350 pesos per day, sometimes upwards of 500, but try to find the cheaper end.
Nice.
Another awesome way to get around is this right here,
Yeah, that's what we
the
did.
handy dandy tricycle drivers,
transition.
and it's not too expensive. To get around Siargao within General Luna is going to cost you about 50 each per person. Another way to get around is going to be you can rent a car and drive yourself around. You could probably negotiate that price. And the fourth and final way to get around,
Yeah,
I
that's
just
what
spat everywhere, is right there. None other than your tourist van. Basically getting around with a driver so you don't have to worry about getting yourself. Look at the smiling face right here. That's the one. Now, as you guys know,
That's the
Siargao
one.
is my #1 island in the Philippines, but there is a huge downside to
Damn.
this beautiful paradise, and that is going to be that you're almost entirely disconnected from internet on most parts of the island,
Right.
and even the best pockets of internet
yes.
on the island are still extremely slow.
Ah,
I'm talking
YouTuber.
just barely being able to post a photo on Instagram, barely being able to get your stories up. You're gonna have
If
to
it's,
wait a good 30 seconds to 60 seconds just to get some basic stuff uploaded. And if you're like me and you're trying to
This kind
upload
of videos
gigabytes and sometimes
straight up.
even tens or hundreds of gigabytes, not a chance. It's not going to happen here in Siargao. The internet is just probably some of the worst in the Philippines, at least for a developed island.
been
Day
a while,
5,
so
one of my
I'm
favorite days. We're going to be doing a half day
Yeah,
or even
maybe.
full day trip to the Sugba lagoon. Now to get there, it's
What?
a little bit tricky. You can either
Again,
take
I
your scooter
wouldn't- I
or
wouldn't be
transport truck to
bothered.
Del
I know
Carmen,
it's
and then
your
from
way of
there you
living.
can get a boat, a private banca for 1,600, and that will take you to the magical Sugba lagoon. Once in Sugba, we basically just hung out the whole day, swimming around, taking out the kayaks, jumping off the high dive, and it was actually a really social atmosphere, so it was awesome for meeting people.
Looks great.
Every time back to that.
Yeah, the resort.
It's time to say goodbye. It's been the
You
most
probably
incredible
paid a lot
stay
for that
once again here at
resort, so-
Naipalad. Come with me. We've got to go back to the airport. Our shoes are back on. A very sad sign that our time here at Fantasy Island is over. That right there is how to travel
Fantasy
Siargao.
Island.
And if you enjoyed today's video, please leave a big thumbs up button. It makes a huge
Will do,
difference to
bro.
these videos. And hit the subscribe if you want to see our faces a little bit more. All right, let's get lost again in the next one.
Deuces. Nice.
Wow. All right.
It was a long video already, but I think he showed like both sides of the what you want to see from Siargao, like the tons of things to do and get away from the main crowd. Maybe not anymore, but because you know it is already probably a little bit of older video. I think it's still it was from I can't find it. At least I see 7 months. So
7 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's all right. So let's say it already expanded to a little bit more busy, but now because
maybe,
of the
maybe not because of the pandemic.
yes, maybe after pandemic you have like a reset button,
Yeah.
and you don't know if they did it like they did on other islands, like we saw on the Wake Up in the Philippines. Like
Yeah.
They straight up cleaned everything already done for the tourists.
Yeah. Hopefully.
You're
Yeah.
not sure. Yeah, but I have not. They made a comparison to the next Bali. I have not been there. Of course, you know some parts of it.
I think he showed like a full picture. Well, maybe not full, but a versatile picture of Siargao. Like all different sceneries, different kind of places you could go visit. From budget to a bit more high end. If you want to go to the fancy places for what he said, a honeymoon or with your significant other that you spend a little bit more on. You could also go to hostels and make it a cheaper holiday. The internet part, yeah, I wouldn't bother because when I go to a place like that, I want to, go off the grid. I don't mind.
Same.
I want to be lost in that place, and everything looks so nice. The water and that little bedrock. Definitely something I want to visit, and I definitely want to try the cheesecake because we need to rate it.
I do think it's for him. I understand him as a YouTuber. So if he has like vlogs every day.
Yeah. If you need to make a living,
Yeah.
and he's making a living by
Yeah.
posting videos, so then it can get.
That's what I was thinking straight away. I know a couple of friends already talked about Siargao because they are surfers and they wanted to go there. So for me, I needed to see the other side as well. So yeah, I found it. I think it's a pretty nice place to go to. That's it. I think I have nothing more than do we have still a couple of left? We still have a couple of left, but if you have some other spots you want us to see, let us know in the comments below and I'll check it out. Okay, until the next time, deuces.
Ciao.
Hi there. We're actually going to do a Q&A for our 10,000 subscriber video, and we actually need your help. So if you have questions for me, Stefan, my mother, or Sandro, let me know in the comments or on our Instagram. Thank you. Bye.